everybody? Welcome back to the NASCAR Vernors Cup Series. We have 8 races to go in the season. And let me tell you something. I'm not entirely sure how this is all going to shake out, but as the points table looks at the moment, at the bare minimum, it is a 3-horse race. There are, count them, 6 drivers within a race to the points lead. Three are within half a race, of course. Top 3 are within half in the race. Your current points leader is not Joe Biden. Crow T Robot has taken the points lead from Joe Biden. Woody Woodpecker running, I believe, in third right behind. And then Ian Anderson and Stephen George tied for fourth. Which is weird, they both have missed a race. Ian Anderson missed at Sonoma earlier this year, and Stephen George missed the race here earlier. The Endeavor Hero Agency 500. And Brendan Gaughan's also sitting there 6th in points. As we head into tonight's race, is it the Guitar Center 500 or is it the Viz Media 500? Anyway, let's go to your starting lineup. John Cena's on the pole, starting alongside. Weren't we just talking about this guy literally a few seconds ago? It's Brendan Gaughan starting second. Then Bela Fleck will start next to Grover Cleveland, another driver who missed this very race earlier this year. Then Denzel Washington, the defending winner at this track. Yes, it is the Guitar Center 500. Starts next to Al Roker. Iggy Koopa and Richard Simmons, then Hut Strickland and Brian Wilson. Just let that sink in for a second. And Alfred Hitchcock will line up next to Stephen George. Blaze Alexander next to former points leader Joe Biden. Mark Martin. Oh yeah, Joe Biden won the Guitar Center 500 last year, but it was a spring race. The name just became the fall race, which is coming back after like a 10-year hiatus. Six, 7, 9. Well, Mark Martin and Woody Woodpecker in row 8. Jeff Lynne, Telly Savalas, row 9. Harrison Ford, Snoop Dogg. Interesting row. Then David Dayton, Casper the Friendly Ghost. Al Capone, there's Ian Anderson. Woody Harrelson, Kurz, Pointless Leader, Crow T Robot. Rick Scott, Walter White, Billy Mays, Chick Corea. We're going to go through this lineup. We're getting trackside for the greatest words in motorsports as we look at Kathy Bates and Tom Hanks. Geddy Lee next to Count Dracula. Then Bob Ross and Marco Polo. Donald Fagen and Francis Brown. He's from Pomona, so he's a hometown hero. Jerry Springer, James Bond, rounding out the field, Peter Perfect and Tom Jones. We apologize in advance for your things. There were 3 part-time drivers entered this weekend. Danky Caminari misses again. He had a good run here. Also missing, Carl Edwards missed. Hank Hill, who won at Michigan, the first Michigan race, a track very similar to this. Burt Reynolds, and the winner of this race in 28, the winner here at this track in 2018, with his first DNQ of his career and all season, breaking the streak, 36 in points. Morgan Freeman is not in a Vernors Cup Series race. The last time that happened was all the way back at Homestead 2017, where the race and the championship was won by Martin Truex Jr. But we are at California. California under the lights. I saw that. I'm not taking any chances with that tire. We had a fair amount of cautions yesterday. This is a 500. I don't know why we're doing 500s this year. It probably should have been 400s for 2 races. We're getting very close here. Green flag is out and we're racing. Brendan Gaughan actually made it to the stripe first as we're 3 wide. Nearly 4 wide already. There's Hut Strickland. John Cena looking like he's going to shoot out to the race lead. Side by side for second between Brendan Gaughan and Bela Fleck. For the first time in a while, a manufacturer other than Pirelli and Goodyear in a race. General Tire and the Buick Regal of Francis Brown. Of course, very much a General Tire. There's a Hoosier decal, that is true, but Hoosier and General Tire are actually made by the same company, so that's why you see that Hoosier decal on a car. Otherwise, can you hear me? Yes, okay. Just sorry. Just a bad habit. John Cena has led the first 2 laps. Your fastest car on track is Brendan Gaughan. He has cracked the 40-second mark. Nearly 4 wide back here, as you can see. A term you might hear tonight, as long as I remember to use it, is field fluidity. And what that means is it's very easy to pass. You can easily go from the front to the back and from the back to the front. And it's set up so that it's not necessarily a shuffle like you might see at Daytona and Talladega. John Cena has led the first 3 laps in their entirety. Bela Fleck trying to get a run to the inside. Was formerly the number 93 Dodge, but it's the 22 Toyota of Warwick Davis Racing. Speaking of changing manufacturers, Brendan Gaughan, he was in a Chevy last year. Now it's a Dodge. Caution is out. We are racing back to the line. The points leader is involved. What has happened to Crow T Robot? Casper the Friendly goes Billy Mays. Oh, a terrible crash as they enter the 3rd turn. What happened? Oh, Crow and Casper. Roll it. We're going to view this from the second camera. He gets pinched. Casper and Mays pinch each other. There goes Crow. And Casper, you could see, landed on top of Billy Mays. Now, we would spend some more time looking at more replays of this crash, but we got something else to worry about, and those are pit stops. Looks like most of the entire field has come. What are you doing, Tom Hanks? Geddy Lee, what are you doing? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. We have had a Lordy Man situation, as we like to call it, on this day. And we got some people not taking in, just get fuel only. We got 2 tires. We got 4 tires. It's one of these scenarios. And winning the race off of pit road is gonna be the 41 of Blaze Alexander. Oh! He's gonna get 5 bonus points, it looks like. As Crow T Robot finishes last in his first race with the points lead. Casper the Friendly Ghost in second. Yes, that's right. He only has a 22-point advantage going into this race over this man, Joe Biden, who has made up several spots. But that doesn't mean the points race is necessarily lost again, because Woody Woodpecker was only 25 back of Biden heading into this race. Gone 6 in points. He's kind of... Ian Anderson is... No, I guess he's... Oh, that's gone. There's Billy Mays. Do we have a roof cam? Here we go. On board your points leader. Tries to make a move. And then it all goes wrong. You can see Casper, Casper's got a great angle of this, as you can see. Right in the wall. Oh, and he was wall grinding there for a second. Billy Mays here. Somehow gets the least of damage. Oh, that's a scary sight to see. Mays lining up in the 40th position, still on the lead lap. He's behind Blaze Alexander, who's leading. This might be his first laps of the season. John Cena's running second. His teammate Brian Wilson in third. Utz Strickland fourth. Trying to... Running fifth in a race he missed earlier this year. Joe Biden sixth. Oh yeah, I think this is where Joe Biden got his first career win, I remember correctly. Harrison Ford running seventh. He's the defending champion. Brendan Gaughan eighth. Bela Fleck ninth. Woody Harrelson rounding out your top 10. This is the order. They will restart on lap 9 here in the Guitar Center 500. Al Roker's 11th. Alfred Hitchcock 12th. Denzel Washington, looking to sweep California this year, is running 13th. Rick Scott is situated in the 14th slot. Then Jeff Lynne 15th. Count Dracula 16th. Geddy Lee 17th. Telly Savalas 18th. Grover Cleveland 19th. Ian Anderson 20th. Then Iggy Koopa, Marco Polo, Francis Brown, Al Capone, and Chick Corea make up your top 25. Bob Ross, Mark Martin, Jerry Springer, Snoop Dogg, David Dayton 30th. Then your last 10 cars that are still on track are Walter White, Tom Hanks, James Bond, Woody Woodpecker, wow, he's down here, Tom Jones, Richard Simmons, Peter Perfect, and Donald Fagen, the teammates, then Kathy Bates, and Billy Mays. Billy Mays entering turn 3. As in the middle of turn 4 now is the pace car. He's dropping low. That's a very interesting way to turn off. I would have pulled off kind of more normally. Blaze Alexander leading us back to green after 8 laps in the Guitar Center 500. Already 3 wide behind him for 3rd. And for 6th. John Cena going for the race lead. Oh, man, oh, man. Man, oh, lordy. Joe Biden trying to make as much of a power move as he can. Blaze Alexander. He must have been a no-tire guy. Yeah, 275. He would have been fuel only. And I think you can tell because John Cena shot right back out to the race lead of this event. Hutch Strickland now in the 2nd place. They're racing 4 wide down the front stretch. Tom Jones, James Bond, Walter White, and it was David Dayton. Oh, there's a 4 wide jumble there. Ian Anderson, Geddy Lee, Telly Savalas, and Jeff Lynne. All 4 drivers have won plate races before. 2 won the 500. The Daytona 500 or whatever we're calling it. One's won a spring Talladega, one's won fall Talladega. None of them have done it this year though. Out front, John Cena leads. Hutch Strickland trying to hold on over Brian Wilson, who missed this race earlier this year. Just a week after he had won in his 2nd career start at Phoenix. As expected, Billy Mays is slow. The driver's not slow at all is Hutch Strickland, who's going to scream into the race lead on lap 11. Hutch Strickland leading the pack. Looking for, is that the 2nd career win at this point? Because I know he won Milwaukee earlier this year. Here comes Brian Wilson. Wilson trying to take the lead off of 2. And it looks like he will do so. Cena getting shuffled back a little bit. Bela Fleck, Brendan Gaughan. They're working together on the inside. Fleck looks like he's going to challenge for the lead as Biden is right there. Wow, look at this. 3 of the 4 hat-trick motorsports cars in the top 10. There's Denzel Washington at the line. Brian Wilson leads. Bela Fleck 2nd. And it was very close for 3rd between Brendan Gaughan and Hutch Strickland. I thought the caution was out for a second. It was not, I assure you. Hutch Strickland falling back on the outside as Brendan Gaughan is now leading by a couple car lengths over Brian Wilson. Bela Fleck trying to move in the 2nd. Back in the 2nd. Joe Biden was 6th at the line, but it will be 4th this time by. Four wide behind them for like 7th. Oh, Cena, Hitchcock nearly made contact. Hitchcock and Denzel Washington nearly made contact. Harrison Ford sweating bullets there on the inside. As we just take a look through the rest of the field, Gaughan still running away at the front, or just still at the front. Fleck 2nd, Brian Wilson 3rd, but a new challenger, Al Roker, trying to break the streak. He has not won since the 2018 TVA 500 at Bristol. That was the 6th race of the season. Not unless he's gotten a win this year that I've already forgotten. I don't even remember who won last week in New Hampshire. It was somebody. Brendan Gaughan leads. That's pretty sad. I can't even tell you who won last week. Was it? No, because Donald Fig. Was it Al Roker? We'll figure it out in a little bit. Now the battle for 5th is now between Hut Strickland and Alfred Hitchcock. Few drivers really stuck at the back. Mark Martin, you'd think, would be having a better day, just on the basis that he's literally Mark Martin. He's got like 42 career wins. Maybe it's 40. No, I think it's 42. His last win was at Bristol last year. Very blustery race here. I could do with turning a fan on. Because it sure is hot. It's a swell 77. I guess 77 at night's pretty hot. Bela Fleck second, Wilson Roker. But Savalas up here. It might have been Al Capone who won last week. Was it Billy Mays or Walter White? It might have been one of those two, actually. I think it might have been Billy Mays. It might have been Billy Mays. Do not quote me on that. I don't even remember who won the Southern 500. No, that was Billy Mays. I do remember John. Was it? It might have been John Cena. I remember John Cena was at the front. Brendan Gaughan here on lap 19, still your leader. Somehow, some way. He's not even the fastest car on track anymore. More like 11 fastest. It's the 3 of Richard Simmons who's allegedly lapped the field the fastest. I'm not seeing it because he is at the BACK. Bela Fleck and Brendan Gaughan are working together. As we're going to get done here, 20 laps complete. At the moment, I don't know if fuel. We'll have to wait a few laps to see if fuel mileage is going to play a factor. Because it's probably 2 stops from the rest of the way. Yeah, it's probably 3 total stops. I was thinking, oh yeah, if the caution was so early, it barely counts. I mean, it does count, but it barely does. Could count in the long run. Anyway, now the battle for 5th is between Hut Strickland and Telly Savalas. Hitchcock 7th, Biden 8th, George 9th. I don't even remember who won last night's race here. I do remember it was It was ended under yellow. There was a fuel finish. Was Bela Fleck trying to pass there? Is that why? Oh. Hold on, pits are closed. No caution. Okay, you're drunk. Flagman looked drunk because I thought he had displayed the red flag. That means pits are closed, but as you can clearly see, we're not under yellow. Crazy how a few laps can make such a difference. Brendan Gaughan continues the lead. He's been putting on a show tonight. Oh, somebody's doing something. Oh, Tom Hanks blowing an engine. That engine's completely toast. There's mate. We're going to see what... Hanks is not going to make it back to pit road. He's slowing down massively here in turn 2. He is far enough off the racing surface that he is getting the toe. The big toe. Back to pit lane and will not bring out a yellow. Ah! Alright, yeah, it should be max 2 stops. It won't be a dumb fuel mileage race, I don't think. Because they all pitted about lap 5. Yeah, you saw him! He was waving that damn flag! Look at him! You look at this and tell me he's not trying to say pits are closed. What a wanka! Gaughan leads. Bela Fleck second. Brian Wilson in third under heavy fire from Telly Savalas and Al Roker. Oh. Joe Biden. Alfred Hitchcock. Stephen George, Denzel Washington, Hut Strickland, your top 10. You can see. The field spread out yet bunched together. And this is going to be interesting. How does the lapped car of Billy Mays... Oh, there's your answer. Brendan Gaughan just blows right by him. And Fleck blows right by him. Because he's going a full 2 seconds a lap slower. There comes Telly Savalas now in the 3rd place. This is going to be telling now that a lot more cars are approaching this 36. How will they get around? Is he holding up the field? He could. Yeah, he's holding him up. Oh! Harrison Ford with the 200 IQ strategy is heading down pit lane. Oh, but Billy Mays does too. Well, 1000 IQ play by Billy Mays. It's Brendan Gaughan, Bela Fleck come down. Jeff Lynne, Geddy Lee, Chick Corea, Harrison Ford, David Dayton, Woody Harrelson, Snoop Dogg, Richard Simmons, Mark Martin, Marco Polo, Francis Brown, Jerry Springer. This leaves Telly Savalas as your race leader at the moment as everybody takes 4 tires and fuel. Oh, Telly Savalas. He's coming the pit road. Stephen George will stay out in the lead. Yeah, everybody not named Stephen George is pitted there. Very interesting. Blaze Alexander undercut everybody, it looks like, by a lap. Yeah, there he is. He was in 38th. He's getting by. He's by Simmons. He's by Francis Brown, but that's not saying a lot. He's gonna get by Marco Polo. Almost said Mark Martin. No, maybe not. That's where he's gonna stall out. Brendan Gaughan crosses the line, and he's running in the 24th position. And is gaining ground. Oh, nice. That's pretty sus, running through the grass like that. And Brendan Gaughan easily to the race lead. Bela Fleck. No! Bela Fleck's going for the race lead. Geddy Lee to third. Al Roker running for Billy Mays. Billy Mays just sailed by Al Roker. What is this world coming to? Oh, no. Well, yep. Oh, he's coming out of pit road. I was freaking out. Anyway, Bela Fleck now is going to lead off. He actually beat Gaughan to the line that time, but was credited in second place thanks to the 85. 6, 7. Now, few drivers trying to get... Wow. We're going to have 4 of the Rush Fender guys in the top 10. And a 36 who's being a pain. Where's the 5th Rush Fender guy? Who is the 5th Rush Fender guy? It's not Martin. Of course, it's freaking the one who's a champion. Woody Woodpecker. Bad, terrible points day. For third in points. This is the points day that Joe Biden kind of needs. It's one that Ian Anderson needs. Stephen George, where the frick is he? He's, okay, he's going to outscore him, not by much. Gaughan's going to really need this. But Bela Fleck is leading with 30 laps to go. Where is the 43? He's in the grass. Because he's blowing an engine. Damn, he should have done so in front of the 36 to hold him up. Same spot about where Tom Hanks had to come. The toe. He's going to get the toe. I'm surprised they're not throwing the caution for the tow truck. Immersion. Geddy Lee is right on the back bumper of Brendan Gaughan all of a sudden. Geddy, where? The man is caught up over a second. On Brent, oh no, Gaughan's pulling away. Lee's fading. A very good day for Rush Fender Racing. Ian Anderson. There's Blaze Alexander. We'll probably pit early out of necessity. Because he didn't take tire. That was his first tire change of the evening. They're going to have to pit once more in the last 10 laps of the race. Oh dear. Brendan Gaughan ran exactly 180 miles an hour last time by. Yeah, I don't know what Geddy Lee did because he was caught up and now he's lost the second pretty much. Yeah, guys, legitimately a half a lap down at a non-plate track because they've lost the draft. Gaughan just trying to catch back up to this 22. We had a lot more competitive race yesterday. This cup package is really allowing these guys to spread out. I mean, this looks crazy how they're running. At the same time, it looks so normal. Bela Fleck coming by. He's got 25 laps to go. Look at this. Geddy Lee just drove. He lost. He just gained back 6/10. Right again. Maybe his car just doesn't do as well in dirty air, so the closer he gets to the 9, the slower he runs. We got a couple of these guys in kind of in packs-ish. They have been losing kind of ground, kind of stagnating. As Geddy Lee is going for second place on Brendan Gaughan. Gaughan's going to get a run off the high line. Anyway, we're back. About to approach the final third of this race. Bela Fleck leads by about a half a second over Brendan Gaughan. That deficit kind of closing. The Toyota with a Dodge and a Ford because Geddy Lee has bridged the gap. Try and get up here. A big gaggle of cars, though. Big spread out gaggle behind them, led by Jerry Springer. Now Al Roker to 5th as Rush Fender Racing runs 3, 4, 5, 9, 36. Very interesting. Brendan Gaughan now. He's getting close. The top 3 were separated by 3/10 that last time by. 2/3 of the race done, 1/3 left at the line. 21 laps to go. It's a drag race to the line. But it will be Geddy Lee leading over Brendan Gaughan. Bela Fleck. Geddy Lee makes it 3 wide for the lead in the turn 1. With 21 laps to go. Wow, Brendan Gaughan looks like he's going to power through on the outside. Lee looks like he's going to get a run on Fleck on the inside. Oh, Fleck trying to get a run on the high line. Oh, Lee really driving it in the corner. Oh, Fleck had to make a move to wash up the track. Otherwise, they would have slid right into the wall. Now, Fleck with the run. How are the times at the line? They are closing if they continue at this rate. A loose lug nut perhaps on the 44 of Al Roker, who is running in the 13th position. Bela Fleck has now taken the lead from Brendan Gaughan. Right back. If the 44 does indeed pit, which he does not this time at least, it would be sad because we've already seen his teammate. It would be sad to see Al Capone pit because we've already seen Alfred Hitchcock below an engine. Lee trying to get to the inside. Geddy Lee trying to rush his way to the front. Harrison Ford, Woody Woodpecker. Very interesting. Yeah, Grover Cleveland. Top three have calmed now. That's bad news for this rest of the field. They want to see the leaders run three wide again. Because they just lost out in over 3/10. You would think, look at this train of cars that is forming up. Very spread out, but it is a pack. At the moment, it is a three-car race. Dodge, Ford, Toyota. There's no Renaults and none of the three different General Motors brands up here. No Chevy, no Pontiac, and certainly no Buick. I don't think they'll catch them before pit stops. I could be wrong. Three wide. Yeah, this is not helping. Now, what I'd say is whoever's the first of these top three to hit pit road is going to win the race. But there's a lot of factors, like the fact that they're going four wide right behind. Oh! I thought they were wrecking there. Savalas got lucky. Thought the Biden making very aggressive moves. Geddy Lee continues to try and take second. So yeah, the thing is, tires or no tires? Look, he put his flag away. What the actual frick? And Geddy Lee's going to get in the second. I thought I heard some squealing of tires. I did not. Bela Fleck in turn 3 as Mays starts another lap. He's already a lap down. Lee, gone. Tires or no tires? We've seen it work out. And we've seen it work out last year at Indianapolis where fuel only was the trick. That's what got Tom Jones the victory over Rick Mast. We saw Ringo, somebody, was it Franklin Clinton or somebody, tried chancing it on fuel only at Atlanta in the Melling Series finale last year. Then Ringo blew him by them. Ringo Starr blew by him for his first career win. The race that literally saved his seat from a spectacular free fall from being in the top 10 in points at one point in the 2018 season around Bristol, the second race. When we hit the line this time, there will be 12 laps to go. That is 24 miles. Now a front stretch all separating the 36 from the 22. This lead trio has stretched their advantage. Well, considering how spread out they are, I can't say 4 seconds. But Al Roker is 4 seconds behind the leader there in 4th place. Maybe if they get in line, maybe. And there's Bela Fleck. He's making the move to pit road. He's going to leave the lead in the hands of Geddy Lee. Chick Corea's coming in. Woody Harrelson. Blaze Alexander. Richard Simmons. 5 cars taking a chance. Here, trying to undercut. 6, here comes Harrison Ford. Right sides, it looks like, and a can of fuel. Now, second group down. Billy Mays, technically with the lead group. I don't know. It's down. But here comes Geddy Lee and Brendan Gaughan down. Who's coming down from the second pack? Not Telly Savalas. He's going to be the race leader. Jeff Lynne, Jerry Springer, Marco Polo, Ian Anderson, Francis Brown, Hut Strickland, Snoop Dogg, Kathy Bates, David Dayton, Mark Martin, all come on down. These guys, right sides only. Is anybody going to chance? Well, I don't know. Looking at how many laps to go, I would expect everybody to do tires. Telly Savalas looks like, no, Al Roker's going to come in the pit lane, I think. Al Capone will stay out. Al Roker leads them down after a power move. Telly Savalas, Joe Biden, Denzel Washington, Brian Wilson, Bob Ross, Stephen George, Walter White, Donald Fagen, Iggy Koopa, Grover Cleveland, and Count Dracula, Woody Woodpecker, and John Cena. 2. Bela Fleck sails by Brendan Gaughan. He's not even close to Geddy Lee, but he's got a speed advantage. It's almost completely equalized. More cars coming on down. Al Capone, Tom Jones, Jerry Springer is staying out. Rick Scott comes in. Peter Perfect, James Bond. There are 8 laps to go. Harrison Ford's going to be a lap down. Because he's got some engine damage. No wonder why. Peter Perfect comes on down. Al Capone, Tom Jones. Did I mention all of them? Whoever I mentioned, I think they've all come down. Al Capone has stayed out. Oh, he came down that time. Okay, Geddy Lee is going to be your race leader here when we hit the line, I think. And he's by himself. By a second and a half. 7 to go for Geddy Lee. Al Roker, Al Capone, Jerry Springer, Chick Corea, Marco Polo, Rick Scott in the top 10. Ian Anderson with a run. Joe Biden with a bad strategy play. Harrison Ford out of the race. Will finish 38th. Six to go. Geddy Lee leads by a second over Bela Fleck and Brendan Gaughan. And it's nearly 5 seconds back to Al Capone. And oh, one more wrinkle in this race. As we come to 5 to go. There is Billy Mays' Skittles Pontiac Grand Prix. Is gonna play a factor in how this one shakes out. Geddy Lee. Two cars are better than one. Oh, Bela Fleck and Brendan Gaughan are right there. This is Toyota's home race in a sense, so they want to win this. Brendan Gaughan trying to keep that from happening. He wants to try and get back to the lead. He wants to win this himself. He's throwing down the gauntlet. These guys are actually catching a bit. Geddy Lee, he's slow. I don't think it's going to be close enough for these guys to catch Geddy Lee to the inside of the 36. They're sure trying to. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide. Lap car, Billy Mays on the outside. Brendan Gaughan to the inside. Bela Fleck to the middle. They easily pass Mays. Gaughan, he looks like he's going to get by Fleck. Mays actually has a run. That's weird. Oh, here comes Gaughan with 3 to go. He's going to try to take the lead from Geddy Lee. He's got him at the line. Wow. And we're still not over yet. Geddy Lee trying to come back on the high side. Bela Fleck all over. 5 miles left as they head down the backstretch. Into turn number 2. 3, my bad. It's the second of 2 turns, you could say. Gaughan leads. Bela Fleck trying to take second from Geddy Lee. Will do so at the line. 2 laps to go. That is 4 miles. Less than a minute and a half, and this race will be in the books. Gaughan holding around a 5-car length advantage at the moment. It might be best for Lee and Fleck to stay in line, try and work together. Nobody else is going to play a factor in this finish. Gaughan coming out of turn 4. We'll see the white flag. 1 lap to go. At the line. Fleck closed in only by about less than a tenth. He looks stronger in the 1, but in the middle of 1, he slowed up. That could be the difference. But now, Fleck getting a run. Lee trying to sit there. Size up his move. The gap is it's not shrinking by much. He's going to have to get a huge run. It doesn't look like it. Off of turn 4, it's going to be Brendan Gaughan winning the Guitar Center 500 at California. Al Roker will take 4th as a mad dash for the line behind them, caused by the 36 getting in the way. And then we'll finally find out who won last week. There are your results. Next week is Portland. As we continue this crazy West Coast swing. Unless that Riverside is finally released. Bet Brendan Gaughan your winner. You can pause the video or whatever. There's some great results in here. Rick Scott, top 10. Chick Corea, top 10. Brendan Gaughan, your race winner here. There's going to be some implications and points here. He sure eked one out. Well, first, anybody have a massive... Was it Bob Ross? No. Wasn't... Oh my god. That's who won last week. It was Jerry Springer who won last week. I'm a freaking moron. And he had a good run today. He was, what, top 5 maybe? You got a top 10 for sure, I'm pretty sure. Jerry Springer. Oh, Lord. Another top 10. That's 2 in a row. Brendan Gaughan is your points leader by 2 points over Joe Biden. Oh! Oh, this changes everything. Top 7 within a race. Geddy Lee gets into the points battle. Oh, this is huge. Al Capone up 7 spots in points. Crow, 22 behind. Ian Anderson, 42 behind. Woody Woodpecker, 51 behind. Stephen George in 6th. Missed the race and is 52 points out of the points lead. That is less than half a race. That is about a third of a race. That is... It is at minimum, a 6-horse race now. Oh, this is huge. Hut Strickland up a spot. Brendan Gaughan and Marco Polo now have 11 top 10s on the year. 3 wins for Brendan Gaughan. He is the win machine. I'm impressed. Biden's only 2 points behind with 1 less win and 3 less top 5s and top 10s. But 12 more laps led. That is very impressive. And neither one of them has started on a pole. Brendan Gaughan started 2nd today and won. Man, oh man. Okay. That was a race. That was a race. That was a race, and that was a race. Well, we're going to somehow get this under an hour. I thought it was going to be over with all these cautions. Well, next week is Portland. Trucks are at Las Vegas under the lights. So we'll see you then. This has been a telecast to the Western Caves Sports Network. We hope you enjoy yourself. Have a good day. We'll see you next time.